The rar.
Yeah, that was a double rar.
You were ready?
I think I was prepared for one rar.
One rar.
There was two rars.
Yeah.
So in the future.
Well, as
Welcome.
you yourself said, if you wanted tame, go somewhere else.
True.
Go somewhere else.
Not the podcast for you.
We will rar and rar again.
Rar before, rar again. We've already cackled our way into this, friends. I already hurt a little bit from laughing, so I think that is a great sign, honestly, for what we will be doing today. Welcome, friends, back to Ferel Ladies. We are probably in the chat doing weird things. You're welcome. Nothing compares to the pre-intro conversation we were having.
We'll bring it. We'll bring it back.
It'll be
You'll get
somewhere.
there.
Someone's just gonna slip it in. Anyway, here we are.
That's what he and only he said.
Somebody said. Anyway, we are joined today by one of our favorite people because this is the best thing in the world because we get to talk to people we love so much. And anytime I get to talk to Becca, I am usually cackling like this, often in a way that makes strangers take a wide curve.
Yeah.
They do. I've seen it.
Yeah. We look drunk at like 9 a.m. in a hotel cafe. Like,
fully sober, pre-caffeine.
Yeah.
Like,
which is probably part of the problem, honestly.
Problem is a strong word.
For sure.
For others.
Oh my gosh.
But let's intros. Becca, would you like to introduce yourself before we embarrass you with compliments?
Sure. We can skip the second part too.
We won't.
I'm Becca Gardner. I write sci-fi and fantasy for all ages. Right now, I've made camp in middle grade and I love it. Mm-hmm. So in 2025, I released Adventure Cats, this one, which is like part D&D Cats, part Choose Your Own Adventure novel. It's so much fun. And then I also released Bleep Blurp Murder, which is about a kid who's so painfully shy that when his robot starts trying to take over the world, he has a hard time saying a word about it. So those are the two books I released in 2025, and there's just more fun to come in 2026. So yeah, we're here for it.
Yeah, we are here for it.
Yeah.
So every time
on the record right now as saying that Becca Lee Gardner is the author of my dyslexic 12-year-old's current favorite book, and it is not an audiobook, which totally counts if it were, but she is reading it with her eyes because she loves it so much, and that is the Adventure Cats Choose Your Own Adventure.
I love that. Thank you. Yeah,
thank you for writing such a damn good book.
I like that peek at the counter time. 15. Yeah.
I was like, oh well.
Just kidding.
Becca also wrote the Min the Mighty books, which are about dragon. I bought the entire complete series for two of my nieces. And Becca, because she's absurdly wonderful and talented and lovely and knows what kids want, sent them with tiny little dragon charms too. And one of my nieces received that and was like, is this dragon for me? And I was like, and she's like, did you get it? And I was like, I did not. The author did. She was like, I love it already. Absolute cinema over here.
Listen, like kids are the best audience. And I think if more authors knew this, they would write more middle grade because kids are the coolest. Like, yeah, I mean, adults are pretty cool. They're pretty cool, but they'll give you like, they're like, you know, their professor kind of critique of your book sometimes, but kids are just like, oh my gosh, I love it. Or they're like, I didn't read it. Like, that's it. Like, those are the only responses. And I'm here for it. I'm like, okay, you can read it. That's okay. Or it's like, this is the best. And I was like, right. You know, like their enthusiasm is at 1,000,000. And it so fills my soul. Like, you know what? Middle grade is so fun to write. Like, yeah. It's my jam.
Didn't you, at the last couple of conventions you've been to, haven't you had like preteens run up to you every time to tell you how much they love the books?
Yeah, it was wild. I went to a really tiny con in Salt Lake in November, and there was one girl who was so starstruck. Like, she'd read like I think the first 3 Mins, and she was so struck with me, she wouldn't even come up to the table. Like she had to, her dad had to tell me that she wanted a book, and then she slipped me a note because she was too scared to come up. And I was like, listen, I was like having my own little crisis. Like, am I scary? Like, I know I'm tall, but am I scary? Did I do something to scare you? But she was just like, oh my gosh, like just sent me this little, like she sat literally with a note in her dad's credit card across the table to me. It was like, I'm missing these books. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll like I sent it back to her. It was so cute. But yeah,
that's adorable.
It was so. And then she gave me like this little Min the Mighty fan art at the end of the day, and I was like, and I've kept it. The best. So great. Yeah, yeah, it's on my wall. I was like, this is, yeah, it's such an honor. Like I talk about how cool middle grade kids are, but it really is such an honor to be a voice for them, right? Like to because there's just so much purity and enthusiasm and such a need for adventure and for silliness and for all of like just these combinations of truth, right? Because like the thing I love most about writing middle grade is just like speaking truth. Like I'm not talking down to kids. Like I'm not but I get to give them my truth. Like for instance, in Danger Dogs, which is a book that I'm working on right now. Right? It's like choose your own adventure, choose your cat adventure cats, but it will be dogs and sci-fi. I am writing this like captain who gets turned into a chihuahua. So we're winning already. But I get into writing this character and I realize that this person was so scared all the time. But because he was captain, because he was older captain, and because he had to be, he like hid his fears behind regulations and rules and procedures. And now as a dog, he has to face his fears. And I didn't plan to do that like that, but that was a truth that I found as I was writing middle grade. But every time I sit down to write middle grade, I find more of these little truths of like, yeah, sometimes adults are afraid, or sometimes we hide behind other things when we're afraid, and it's okay to be afraid. And his growth is to like come to terms with the fact that he wasn't always a great captain, and that he could be afraid, and that was okay. Like he could care about people and be afraid, and that was okay. And it's like, I just get to do that in such a pure way in middle grade. Gosh, it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Your passion for it like just radiates from you. You know what I mean? Like you can tell that you really love what you're doing. That's super cool.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think I was going to be a middle grade author. I kind of came up about it through I told my kids a bedtime story during the pandemic, and it was Min the Mighty, and I was like, okay. And that was in between projects, and I wrote Min the Mighty. I never thought I was going to publish it. And so through some encouragement from my family, I published it. I found an artist and all of that stuff. I published it, and I was like, I'm never going to publish more. And then kids started liking it, and I was like, oh, okay. I think I can tell all of the other dragon stories. And anyway, here we are. Doing a lot more of it. Yeah.
So good. Yeah. How many books are in the series? And do you want to tell people about the series?
Yeah, so there's 7 books in Min the Mighty. It's a complete series, and it's all about a tiny dragon who is on a quest to wake up all of the big dragons and save the world by reminding them of who they are. And so it was based off of my daughter, who is the youngest of 2 big brothers, and just a powerful little girl. And so she was the inspiration for Min, and I just had a parent reach out to me a couple of days ago, and they have been reading the whole series as a bedtime story for the last 8 months. And he was just like, it started as a bedtime story to my kids and has become something that parents and kids are reading together at bedtime, and just bringing them together. Like that's it, right? Like that, like as an author, you always try to define your success and be very specific about it. And that's what success is for me, is like connecting kids with reading and connecting families together. It's like you can't get better than that, right? Like I don't really like, money is green paper. Like, you know what I mean? Like money solves money problems, but it doesn't, like, there's so many cool things. Yeah.
I mean, I like money for the things it can do.
Big fan.
But yes, there are
giant rock pendants.
Look, this rock is free, but not all of my rocks. How else am I going to wear pretty jewelry?
It's just going to be piled in rocks.
I'll just like hold up different rocks throughout the episode. Like here we are.
Rock
yes,
showcase.
there are easier and less emotionally fraught ways to get money than writing. So
yeah, for sure.
That makes a bunch
of
sense.
Yeah. Yeah, my kiddo is one of the nieces that Marisa mentioned that received the entire Min the Mighty series, and she loved it too. But Adventure Cats are her current favorite.
Nice. That's what I aim to do, right? Like, just keep going.
Yeah.
Like it's. I went to Dragonsteel Nexus this year, which is Brandon Sanderson's like Comic-Con, and I was so scared to do it. It was the first time like boothing by myself and all of the things and I was like, oh, this is like it's a big risk, like a big financial risk, big business risk, and all of the things. And doing new things is always scary. But I can't tell you how many people are looking for entry points for kids into fantasy. Like I just like we're not competing with other authors. We're competing with like Netflix and Naps and YouTube and like all of these things, right? And kids have so many like easy entertainment options that like just getting them to read, like just finding that like access point into reading is so important. And yeah, it's so much fun to be able to try to build that each time and in a new way, like, you know, trying out dogs versus cats and sci-fi, like just robots, you know, like let's do some more fun things and see if we can get kids excited about stories.
That's very cool. That's very cool.
I love it. So. And yes, let's get kids reading, all the kids. Let's go. I love it.
Melissa, I love it. I love it so much because my kids are huge into reading. I will 100% be ordering books for me because I got a feeling my daughter's going to like them. My son,
Moira would love them.
Oh yeah, Moira, 100%. My son is obsessed.
Sorry,
it's okay. My son is obsessed with Wings of Fire, and I'm like, dragons. I'm so proud. Meanwhile, my daughter is reading the same Goosebumps books I read as a kid. I'm like, oh, I know what happens at the end of that one. She's like, spoilers.
Also can confirm, because Melissa the other day was talking about, we were chatting while she was in her kitchen, and we were talking about something, and Melissa said, oh yeah, it's like it was like a Goosebumps show or something, and her daughter like wasn't even in the camera frame but just popped up and was like, did you say Goosebumps, Mom? Are we talking about Goosebumps right now?
Just summoned by the word Goosebumps.
Yeah, 100%.
It was so cute, and she was so excited, and was like, no, we're not talking about that right now, but we can talk about it later. She's like, okay.
Yeah.
I loved them as a kid too. Like, I mean, I was born in '88, so I wasn't like pure '80s baby, but like the media that came out of the '80s was crazy, scary. Like I remember just being legitimately scared a lot when I was watching TV with my family. I was like, like our first DVD was Jurassic Park. I was like, oh, okay, like, okay, this is fine. But I think like Goosebumps was such a fun, like, it was meant to be scary, but it was also meant for me, you know. So I was like, oh, okay, like I can be tough. Like I can read Goosebumps. So, it's great.
That's awesome. Did you guys read the Bunnicula books?
Yes,
I haven't read as much into Goosebumps, but
yeah, I read the first one, I remember, and liked it, and then like the second one I got really like boring, I feel like.
I like them all. I got the first one, and that was one of the books that I like read to the kids, and it was. Then they stole it from me because I apparently read too slow for them. Oh, well, I'm like, Frank, you read it. Yes.
I think I got.
Oh, go ahead, Becca.
No, go for it. I think I got in an argument when I was a kid. Someone called it Bunny Kula. So I was just like, going through my head. Like,
I didn't know how to pronounce it either.
Bunny Kula. I'm pretty sure it's not Bunny Kula. Anyway.
I mean, who knows, right? Like,
yeah, sure.
You guys said Bunny Kula? Bunny Kula?
Like,
yeah.
Now I can't say it.
Bunny, right? Dracula. Bunny. Now I can't do it. Now
it's Bunnicula. Bunnicula.
Bunnicula.
Bonicula.
Bonicula.
Yeah, it's fine. Now
Bonicula, man.
It's fine. I will just remember the ghost celery for the rest of my life. Like more than it's like we leach all the color out of vegetables. That's how you know the bunny Dracula has been here. Yeah. Anyway.
Draining the vegetables.
Right. But I love that for kids. Like the little bit of scary or the little bit of or the lot bit of fantastical or whatever. Just to like kids are so imaginative and amazing, and to not beat that out of them but encourage it is pretty baller.
Right. And like most of the kids I talk to want that. Like they want a dose of wonder. And it's interesting when I browse the middle grade section at like Barnes and Noble, I find some bits of wonder and some like, but I also find a lot that's like very, I don't know how to describe it, more literary kind of stuff. And it sounds weird to say that it's middle grade, but it's like more like, you know, real life like stuff. And that there's a place. I'm not saying that it's bad, but I'm just saying like the kids I know want like wonder. They want genre fiction.
Whimsy.
Agreed.
So I mean, there's probably a bunch of other kids that love that. I mean, I read American Girls when I was a kid, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know. But like, I'm also getting dolls and stuff, and learning about history covertly.
No, I was too busy getting traumatized by the animal and survival stories. So
I do that now though. You should. I have podcast recommendations for you.
Nope, don't want more.
I'm always like at the dinner table, like, did you know that black bears and everyone's like, stop, just stop. It's like if this, they're like, just stop. Did you know that there's a short-tailed shrew that is a venomous mammal in North America? And they're like, stop, just stop it.
Those facts I'm into. Totally into.
Just venomous mammals are interesting. Come on.
Right.
The platypus exists, guys.
It does. It does exist. Yeah. It makes for weird dreams too when you listen to
kind of want a t-shirt that says venomous mammal on it.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be the sister podcast to Feral Ladies.
That's right. That's right.
Wednesdays and Thursdays. That's what we're here
for.
That's
right. We'll just talk about animal attack stories. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Just rehash things.
I also feel like that would be a really good name for like an LLC for like publishing, self-publishing, venomous mammal books or something.
Yeah. Platypus Press is also.
I was gonna say then platypus is your logo. Like it just
that's right.
That's right.
Really. Yes. So easy. Amazing. Oh my goodness. Venomous mammal.
I'm done now. Like now I'm just gonna think about venomous mammals. Like I have no more thoughtful questions to ask.
I was caught between Goosebumps and venomous mammals, and I'm like, was there a Goosebumps book that involved that? I'm sure there was.
I'm sure there was.
There could be. I mean,
did Animorphs touch on that?
Animorphs probably did. That was another one.
To like turn into a shrew.
Can we talk about the whole choose your own adventure thing though? Because those were my I loved those books when I was a kid. I found those I guess when we were living in California, so I was like a teen age, you know, and maybe a little before then I found them, but I thought it was like the coolest thing. And then kind of video games showed up and it was like all sort of choose your own adventure, right? Which don't get me wrong, is cool. And like I'm constantly talking about how playing video games is a valid way of consuming story, but it was just so cool to see you kind of bring that back with the Adventure Cats. Why though? Like what made you want to do that?
Right. So I was reading Choose Your Own Adventure books with my son. They're Star Wars ones, of course, because it's Becca. And we were killing Han Solo and Chewie almost nightly. Like, it was like, okay, good night. We murdered heroes. You know, that's
Dragon tomorrow.
And it was like he was so discouraged, and so was I. I was like, oh my gosh, like we would make a joke of it, like let's go make bad decisions and kill Han Solo. Like we just made terrible choices. And I was like, okay, but it was fun to choose. Like that made us feel like we were part of the story. But I was like, so I started thinking about how can we make a choice in storytelling without it being a wrong choice. And so I came up with the idea of what if you just choose the protagonist? So you're not choosing what the protagonist does. You just choose which protagonist you follow. And that way, if kids are drawn towards this guy with the chicken, they can read that story. And they can read that story and then read the end and it's a complete story. Or they can read more POVs and get the meta plots, little Easter eggs that I put in that are in from all of them and feel like they've consumed everything, right? It's all about getting kids engaged in stories. So I was like, okay, like if you get to choose where you start, then you own the story. And I've had readers that read all of them, and I've had readers that read 3 of them and 4 of them, and then you know what I mean? But that like they get to choose that. And I feel like it was another way for kids to look at a big book and find it accessible, right? Because it's like only this much, you only have to read this much to get the whole story, like to get a story from beginning, middle, and end. Or you can read more and more and more. And like that's a big deal for my kids who are reluctant readers. So I was like, okay, let's like give them some ownership. And I think it's been so much fun to write because it's essentially 5 short stories with a frame narrative, right? So each short story can go off the rails, and I can leave, like as I'm writing, I was like, oh well, this guy is gone, like this side character hits the dust, but then I'm like, oh, I could bring him in on a different short story, like a different POV he can re-arise, and so it's so much fun. It's so random. My creativity is just it has the wheel, and so yeah, it's been fun to create, and I think it also helps kids have that ownership of story.
Dude, that does sound like so much fun. It sounds like so much fun to write, and wow.
Yeah.
Now I want to do it.
You see that happening in real time. Casey's like, yes.
Do it.
I might start stalking you like I did John Stovall and ended up with a lit RPG book at the end of it.
Cool. Having Kacey stalk me sounds like awesome. Like
I mean, right? Yeah.
Like,
run.
I'm pretty good at it, actually.
All in. This is the right time.
Yes. I mean, it creates a choose your own adventure where you can't choose wrong, and it's like that's what like Animal Crossing is. Speaking of video games, right? Like it's like you can't really do wrong on that, which is why I played it through the whole pandemic. Right? Like I needed something that was that kind of media. So
that's way more fun than how I did choose your own adventures, which was peek ahead, put my finger in, go to the other page, put my finger in, decide which one was better.
Three fingers in the book.
So it's like 4 fingers or like whatever piece of paper or bookmark I had. Like
my hair tie.
I did not choose wrong because I cheated every single time.
You said cheated.
Like,
I have to know what the possibilities are.
Big old cheater.
Yep.
That's why like video games give me stress. I played my favorite RPG video game is Knights of the Old Republic, and I replayed several hours multiple times when I accidentally got a dark side point, and I was like, well crap, I'm not gonna go any % dark side, so I would go back to the last save, which is like 2 hours ago, and I was like, that's fine, I know I'm not supposed to, like
I will redo.
I will relive my life if I have to. Like that was full dedication to the light side because I'm a paladin, and that seemed about right.
Don't mind me. I'm just opening up a tab so I can remember that game because I got a feeling my son is going to like.
Oh nice. If you get it now, like the old school version, get it on the Switch because the graphics aren't great, but on the Switch handheld it holds up. But the PlayStation is supposed to launch, like they've been working on a remaster of it, which is why I bought a PlayStation 5 3 years ago, and it's still not done yet. So my husband's like, why did we buy a PlayStation 5? I was like, for a game that's not out yet, but they said it was going to be.
It's coming though.
Sorry, but then I got a PlayStation 5, so it wasn't all bad.
I almost got a PS5 just because I wanted to play the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah.
Which
I support this decision.
Yeah. I get it.
So one of my go-to like creative rest video games is Cyberpunk 2077 by CD Projekt Red. I played on Xbox. I have done several playthroughs, and the other night I was complaining to Easy because when we first got married, like I was never a gamer. He totally got me into video gaming, right? I would sit and watch. When we first got married in our first apartment, we got married in 2011. Skyrim came out, in 2011. I'm still playing it to this day, right?
Nice.
But he would play it, and I would sit and watch him play it. It was like watching a movie unfold in front of me, right?
Nice.
And the other night I was complaining to him because he's been playing this game called Supermarket Simulator, which is fully as boring as it sounds, but he loves it. Like it's a resource management game, right? It is not fun to watch, not at all. And I was like, baby, do you remember when you used to play fun games like Mass Effect and you know? I was like, you should think about doing some of those again. And so he started a Cyberpunk playthrough. The problem is, specifically for me to sit and watch with him so we could spend time together. The problem is I have played through this game
so much.
Like one time fully through, all the way through to the bitter end. And then I've played multiple because you can do multiple endings on that playthrough. And then I've gone back years later and started from the beginning. And so I'm very bossy. You're
not doing it right though. I know the right.
No. Don't go through the door. Climb up on the second floor and go in through the window. Just trust me on this one.
Oh my gosh. That's
and
perfect.
he's like, do you just want to play? And I'm like, no, I want to watch you play. But you're not doing it right.
This game is about choices. Just make the right choice.
And this is why we're authors. Now you see.
It's all to be very clear.
I want to play D&D, but I want everyone to make the choice that I want them to make. It sounds like you want to write a book.
Yeah.
For
sure. Have you played Baldur's Gate 3?
I have not, and I've heard so many good things about it.
Me too. Like, so the RPG games are so addictive to me. I have to be like careful because it will like suck up my writing time if I'm not careful. I tend to play like games like Fortnite where like an 11-year-old will kick my trash and I'll get tired of that after about 20 minutes. And I'll be like, you know what? You're wasting your life, Becca, because a 10-year-old just killed you real bad. So I tend to like use that as my stress relief because I know I won't stay there, but oh my gosh. Like I'm like, I should, like I keep it like I love Mass Effect 1 and I've never played 2 and 3, partially because I have so much stress about who to pick as like companions and stuff. And that gives me anxiety. So I'm like, but it's such a perfect game. Like it's just the aesthetic of it is so great and the world building is so great that anyway, RPGs are my favorite, but I have to be so careful. And Cyberpunk is one too that I'm like, I love the aesthetic of it. I could definitely spend the next 3 weeks just playing that game.
This is why I stopped playing video games. Like I was always a Zelda person, and it would be like 11 hours on a Saturday. Like still now I've just beat the water temple because it's always fucking water temples. But like 11 hours later, I'm like, oh no. And so at some point I started working a job that was like 70 hours a week, and suddenly I didn't have time. And then even as like the work got less, then I started picking up new side hobbies like writing.
that doesn't take any time at all.
Yeah, not at all. So I'm not allowed to have video games anymore because the obsession
is real.
But did you play Breath of the Wild? Is that the one that you were playing? That's also a freaking perfect video game. Like
I love it so much.
I sometimes just log in and ride my horse around.
That is relaxing. I do love the horse.
I really do. Yeah. Like I just pick my horse of the day and I'm gonna ride around a fancy land and I don't fight. I don't do anything. I just ride around.
Ride the horse.
I just ride the horse.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So beautiful. Yeah. A lot of Mid and the Mighty, the series, was written to the Breath of the Wild soundtrack. Like,
I love that.
I love that soundtrack. So I just and right now, Danger Dogs is Mass Effect. Like gaming soundtracks are my jam. Like
they are awesome to write to. Yeah,
so good.
A lot of Mage Light has been written to the Skyrim soundtrack.
Yeah, because some of the scores I will connect to parts of the game, but most of the time I don't. And so but the mood is there, right? And so if I listen to like Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, I'm like, oh, this is the throne. Like my brain's like playing the movie, and I'm like, well, stop it, brain. You're supposed to be doing something else. So video game soundtracks are much better to write to.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Nice. We got Kacey got me into these like I don't know if they're movie soundtracks, but they're just like these beautiful musical, like what are those?
They're like they're like they're from movie trailers. Like a lot of them are pop songs that have been epic epicized and cinematized for use in movie trailers. So like the classic example is Crazy in Love by Beyonce, but when the 50 Shades of Grey movie used it for their trailer, it was like this like slowed with reverb added, and it was a different artist singing it, and it was like it gave it like an entirely different mood that was way more 50 Shades and way less Beyonce. and so like there's a whole bunch of these I first kind of found them on YouTube, and then I started searching them on like streaming services, and yeah, I love them because a lot of times, unless it's a very specific situation, I can't write to music with lyrics, right? And in fact, the only exception that I can really think of right now is like if I'm writing something, like when I write Huey stories or helicopter stories that are set in and around like a Vietnam War-esque type time frame, then I'll listen to like classic rock from that time, because then it fits, right? But otherwise, I have to have instrumentals playing in, otherwise the lyrics will distract me, kind of like the imagery from the movies, like you were saying, Becca.
Yeah
That's cool. So, Melissa, you're a big soundtrack person, right?
Oh yeah, no, I used to be the same way. Like I could not write anything with lyrics. I listened to a lot of Lindsay Sterling when I first got started, and I still do because
it's great.
Talented. Oh my God, I will see her live at some point. But lately it's just been a lot of like I will build soundtracks for whatever I'm working on. And it just becomes like background noise, or it's specific to the scene I'm working on. I'm like, yes, I can see it. Oh, I love it so much.
That's cool.
That's next level. I don't think I've ever built like a specific soundtrack or like found a song for a scene. Like that's so cool.
I did that. I did it for Blood on the Sand. I built a Spotify playlist, and I have the URL for it in the back matter of the book. So yeah, because I've seen like some romance authors do that. And they're like, well, here's their Sexy Times playlist you can listen to. It's like,
hey,
okay,
that's fun.
Yeah,
that's actually a really good idea. I think I'm gonna do that for Tempered by Fire, because I have a specific soundtrack for it, and like Keaton's theme song, or this is Harper's theme song. Like but also editing. I bounce back and forth between listening to Eminem and Taylor Swift, because one, you'd be like, all right, let's do this. My one shot, got this. And it's really hard to be mad about edits when you're bopping out to Taylor Swift, right?
Yeah. That's
my brain.
That's fair. I use an app called Brain FM when I'm editing, and it's like you can pick like deep focus or like, and it's just like really like, I don't know, new agey sounds, but you can pick whether you want it to be more naturey or something. But like I find myself zeroing in it when I'm editing is the hardest part. Like for me still is the hardest part. I still have this urge to be like, well, what if I just rewrite the whole thing? Like, what if like I just have that urge sometimes. I'm like, no, you're here to make this the best it can be. I'm like, but what if there was not dragons but this? And I was like, stop it. So I find myself wanting excuses to not do the hard work, and anything that is slightly entertaining, like even a little entertaining, I will just like, whoop, gone. So I have to have like Brain FM, like, come on, Brain, let's do this.
That's why Eminem helps me. It's like, okay, like it's mindset, right? Like it's because it's work. Writing is the fun part, but editing is the like, okay, we're gonna get this done, but it's work. And something about it like triggers the right mindset that like, okay, I can do this. I can do this.
Yeah.
Right.
I listen to Dr. Dre for the same reason.
Oh, nice.
Dr. Dre.
Now I've got like Eminem and Dr. Dre songs stuck in my head. Perfect.
Nice. I love editing when I'm working with a really good editor who like gets the work that I'm doing. The thing I don't like is after I've done the edits, reading through it again to make sure I didn't ruin anything. Because I'm like, no, now I'm done. My brain is like, I did the righty thing. I did the edity thing. This is done. This is trash and I'm out. Like I need then a long time before I can read it again, because of that, like I've been so in it that my brain's like, all done now. no, thank you. So making sure it all hangs together is not my favorite part. But the edits, I'm like, easy peasy. It's a task, and they can see the progress, which is nice, and I like it. But then I have to read it again.
So that's when I go play video games, is in between like doing the edits and then as like a brain palette cleanser, and then I'll come back. I mean, I won't do it like a full playthrough, but I'll take a couple days off and play some video games, you know, and then come back and reread the story over again. So,
or I just go, please send it to me and I'll read through it again.
Or that, yeah.
Because, yes,
that's what I do. I'm like, Melissa, here.
You tag your it.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
no, that's true. I do that too. I send it to these ladies and a couple of our other beta readers that are just phenomenally good.
Because then I'm excited to read it again because I want to see the fun comments that popped up. Like the thing I love about working with a great editor, the thing I love about working with these fabulous people, that it's not these yahoos. It's not just the like, oh, punch this up or make this better, which I love. Those are important, but it's also the like, you dirty bitch. Like you're so good right here. Or like I have cursed at everybody in all caps. Like, how dare you be this good? You like Chrissy curse. I would owe like several dollars to Becca.
To this day, my favorite editing comment was one by Marisa. In my last manuscript, Becca, I had a scene. You guys both know what's coming. I had a scene where a guy gets a sword to the gut, right? And I'm describing this very violent action. And his eyes bug out because that's sometimes the physiological response. The sentence, the way I had it written was, and this is a direct quote, his eyes bugged out. And then his eyes bugged out. Marisa's comment was, did he bug out and then bug out again? Or was it like one and then the other? Like, is this like a cartoon situation going? It's like a yeah. I laughed so hard I couldn't even. Oh my god!
I tried to spell out awooga. Like
I saw it. It was well done.
I don't even know. Like, I don't even know how I did that, but it was worth it for that comment.
I tried to spell awooga. Oh my gosh, that's so good. That's so good.
Good
it's
times.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love that you guys have built a community where like even the difficult parts are fun, right? Like that you're not alone in those hard things. When new writers come up and talk to me, sometimes that's what I want to tell them the most is like find your people. Like find the people who you can call when you're pretty sure all your stuff is shit. Like find the people who will read your stuff in 2 days flat because you're having an existential crisis. Like find those people and then and do the same for them. Like build this community where it's not so scary to be so vulnerable. And I mean, I love it. I love that you guys have that. That's amazing. So great.
We've tried to pull you in several times. I would like to record the show. Send it to me. It's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, I want it though.
Yeah.
Why so mean?
I think that the editing process is where I get the most self-doubt. Like it's when I'm actually drafting, I'm just like, oh, ridiculous. Oh, like I could be silly. And then I get into the editing thing and it's like, I feel like I'm fighting demons every sentence. Just like every bad thing someone said about my writing is alive in my head as I'm editing. And it's been like a process to whittle that down to make my own voice louder than theirs. But I think that tendency killed a lot of my early works because instead of me editing it, it was like the critical voice or five of them or four of them, you know,
the mean voice. So, yeah. This is
and it turns out that mean voice doesn't know shit about writing.
Yeah, it's wrong. It's always wrong. That is absolutely when like I get to the place where it's like, you know, the thing where like you hate yourself, take a nap, you hate everyone, take a shower, whatever, like eat whatever thing. Mine is you think all of this is garbage and you can't see your way out, send it to Melissa. And Melissa will be like, here's what works. This part's amazing. Fix this. The end. Like that's all you have to do. It's one thing. And I'm like, I can fix one thing.
Yeah.
And to be clear, when I'm like, oh my God, there's so many edits. There really isn't, but there's so many edits, and it's all trash. My writing is trash. I'm trash. And they're both like, no, you're not. It's okay. Breathe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking helps so much.
To be fair though, I don't know, that's probably not a good segue, but to jump on this train, how about that one? Melissa specifically has a gift for being able to, you know how some people are like really good at solving everyone else's problems? Like Melissa's really good at solving everyone else's story problems, right? Like when you're like, I'm in the middle of writing a story and I wrote myself into a corner and I don't know how the fuck to get out of it. Like that's a thing you do. You do very well. You're like, oh, well, all you have to do is this, this, and this. Because she's done that for both of us and for, other friends of ours. I don't know. I think that's a talent you have.
Thank you. I think both of you
fixed my stories.
Yes, thank you. And you're both also really good at it. And I imagine Becca is pretty freaking good at solving other people's problems too, because it's so much easier.
Yeah, because you have a little bit of distance. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm obviously way too emotionally like compromised at this point. Please to tell me if this works or if like it just it helps having your people. Right.
Yeah, because you can't see your own magic, and that's the real kicker about being a writer. Is you like nobody does. Like your favorite author can't see their own magic. Like none of us do. And what the successful writers that you love have done is they've learned to do it anyway, right? Like they've learned to put that magic out there and not edit it out and not question it and not pull it away and hide it in the chest somewhere. Like they've figured out how to just let it out, and but it doesn't mean that they know what it is. Like they can't see it on the page. And I think that was really eye-opening. I think as a beginning writer, I was under the impression that once I became published or finished a book or whatever stupid thing I had in my head, that I would know what I was good at doing. And I don't. I have right now, I'm like, I know I can do quirky and heartwarming. Yeah. But that's because I have 13 books that primarily are quirky and heartwarming. So it's like, I know I can do that. But they're like, I just had an idea for like a travel romance book. And I was like, hold on. Becca's never written a travel romance book. But so like, I think that my brain will move into other spaces, and maybe quirky and heartwarming will be the thing I do no matter what genre and audience I follow. Or maybe not. Like maybe I'll turn into like a horror writer. I don't know. I don't know.
Quirky and heartwarming horror. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, heartwarming has more than one way you could get to
On
it. So
in the microwave.
Heating up hearts is what we do.
That's a great tagline, I think, for an author.
Sounds like a serial killer romance, honestly.
I will keep your heart.
Popular.
I love the idea of a meet cute, but it's actually like serial
MEAT cute?
Yeah. Yes. I won't write that book, but you should do it. Like what?
You should do it. I make it quirky and heartwarming.
Literally heartwarming.
Yeah. Like legit, that's part of the reason people love Lights Out by Nevessa Allen so much, is because it's fucking quirky and it is kind of heartwarming. It's a dark romance and it's pretty smutty, but like everybody talks so much about how much they love the male main character because he's quirky and funny and
awesome.
And kind of heartwarming.
If it wasn't the serial killing part, not really, but
not that one. That's another book.
He's a green flag.
I'll just rely on my bear attack knowledge to fill in the gap.
Did you know?
No. Did you know that?
I will say. Oh, go ahead.
No, go for it.
No.
Oh, okay. Fine. No, I think one of the coolest bits of advice my friend Doug Wagner gave me, who's like an awesome comic book writer, has been for 30 years. And he right now, like his best-selling series is about a serial killer who falls in love with a blow-up sex doll. So
as you do, sure.
Speaking of like
judgment,
being your full self, right?
Judgment.
So but what he always tells me is like go all the like be as extreme and ridiculous as you can be.
Yeah.
And let the readers or your editors like tell you when it's too far. And he's like, by the way, they don't. Because they don't. Like,
Right.
because what you think is too far might be your voice, like all the way over there. And you could censor yourself out of having a voice.
Yeah.
Out of having originality, of having like quirkiness, right? You self-center that and become and make it safer. And you don't need to make it safer. Like, we don't, like, you're okay. There's no like book police that's gonna knock on your door if you read a bad book. You know, like, it's just, you're gonna be okay. If you read a bad book, no one's gonna read it. You're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But if you let yourself write like the most 100% you book that you can, you could find your people. Like, you could
yeah,
you write that something that's like original. Like, think of Dungeon Crawler Carl. Like, that's Mad Dinnerman. Like, he would be writing that book whether people were giving him money or not. Like, that's Matt. Like, he would do that, right? And so, but that's why he's created a cult sensation, because he went as far ridiculous as his heart desired, you know? So, like,
I'm gonna do all the things.
Do it all. Do it ridiculous. Don't be afraid of offending people. Put the 1-star reviews on your banners.
Yeah.
Your website. Like,
oh my gosh, that was so funny. Like, he's cracking me up with that. Like, oh well, sorry you didn't like whatever thing. It was pretty great. Yeah. Speaking of the things like you don't always know what you're good at. One, I think like take time, writers, to think about what you are good at. Ask your friends, ask your beta readers, because lead into it real hard, like Becca said. Like, that is where you're gonna grow. I think a lot about something Jim Butcher said at DragonCon last year. Kacey and I were on a panel with him, and I think it was overcoming writer's block or something. And like, here's the thing: you're gonna write things sometimes, and you are gonna regard it with all the affection you would bestow upon a newly hatched tapeworm. And sometimes you just need to write it, walk away, and come back later, because you'll realize, oh, this isn't a tapeworm. Maybe it's some other kind of less terrible intestinal parasite. It's probably not a tapeworm, right? And I think about that a lot when I'm writing stuff, and I'm like, are we tapeworming right now? Maybe. but then like you get that little bit of distance or that little bit of space, you write it anyway. And then you go back and you can pull out the things of like, oh, it's not super tapewormy. Like, this is actually my voice, and this is what I can clean up or whatever else. But like, yeah, you might not know what you're good at right away, and you might not be good at stuff right away, because that's how writing goes. You got to write a lot of garbage sometimes.
The other thing too that I think kind of ties back into one of the things we were sort of talking about earlier about finding your people is that I think there's a tendency when you first start writing to just like be like, yes, all the feedback, everyone's feedback. I want everyone to tell me what you think about, here's my trash. Tell me about my trash, you know? And it is good to gather feedback, but I think it is very important to gather feedback from sources that are going to help you, if that makes sense, right? Because they're like, you know, perfect example. A really good friend of ours is I'm not gonna say his name because I didn't ask him if I could do that, but there's a really good friend of ours who is also a writer. He's very talented, and we work very closely together, like all four of us all the time. Like, we see each other at cons all the time and everything. I don't send him my books. He doesn't like my writing style. It's not that he doesn't like, he thinks I'm a good writer, but the kind of story that I'm telling, he is not my target audience. So there is no value. I have built my craft to the point where there is not a lot of value in getting his opinion, because the things that he could critique me on are things that I already do and know, right? Like very like basic story structure stuff, right? What I need the critique on is things like, is this tone correct? Am I meeting the genre convention? Is it, you know what I mean? And am I setting up this expectation properly and then giving proper payoff? And because he doesn't read those types of things, he's not my target audience. He doesn't know that, and vice versa. So I don't critique for him. He doesn't critique for me. Does that make sense? You have to make sure that you know when you're requesting feedback from people, or recruiting beta readers, or whatever it is that you're doing.
Tailor it.
Not all feedback is of equal weight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
for your story. That's not to say that they may not be great feedback for another story,
right.
but know the difference.
Because the 3 headlines, friends. 1, not everything is for everybody. Go look at the reviews of your favorite books, your favorite food, your favorite restaurant. There's somebody
the
out there
Grand
like,
Canyon.
there's somebody out there who's like, this is garbage. And you're like, what is wrong with people? If people think that about the thing you love most of all, some people are not going to like your stuff. That is fine. Because again, not everything is for everybody. And 2, if you send to everybody, you're going to get fully conflicting feedback. One person is going to say, this character is cardboard and doesn't make any sense and I hate them. And the other one is going to say, this is literally me. I have never seen a more fully formed character in the history of time. And you're going to go, what the fuck? Like, because you're going to have these camps of people who are telling you the opposite things. And if they, not everything is for everybody, not everybody's going to have the same opinion. 3rd, do not get feedback from somebody you wouldn't take advice from. So random person on the internet, you don't know them. Would you go to them for advice? No. So that feedback, it's not for them. That's okay. Because not everything is for everybody. But that feedback also is not for you. Because you can objectively hate something. That is fine. It's good. It's just not for you. So again, be careful with who you go to advice for. Because not everything is for everybody. And not everyone you would go to for advice, so do not take their feedback.
What they said.
Yes. Yeah. Here's an example. Do you want to hear an example? Another example?
Sure.
Okay. I love classic rock. Absolutely love it. It's what I grew up on. Okay. I hate, and I know, don't come for me, internet. I'm going to explain it. I hate the band Rush. I hate them.
Let's get crazy.
Okay. I can admit, I am schooled enough to admit that they are musically very talented. But Geddy Lee's voice sounds like someone took a fucking cheese grater to my eardrums. So I do not like the band Rush. It is a personal taste and it is mine and I am entitled to have it. Again, musically, very talented, very technically like good band. They're accomplished musicians. And I see why they have legions of fans. But don't you fucking come for me because it is my personal opinion and I am allowed to have it. But they would not ask me.
It's for everybody.
They would not ask me how to write their next song. Because
they should go to you for feedback.
I would say, don't.
It's silent. No lyrics. It's
this avant-garde thing,
You hum.
Just hit a drum. That's all.
Hum and drum.
More cowbell.
That'll solve.
Perfect.
That's who can complain about more cowbell? Nobody. There.
We all need
Some things are for everyone.
Somebody would though.
Somebody hates cowbell.
Not everything is for everybody.
That's true.
Yes, 100%. I've seen so many aspiring writers quit because they did just this.
Yeah.
Writers that are really close to that I was rooting for, and they would go to like a chapter of some writing group somewhere with a bunch of writers, which by the way, first, can we just say that most of the time writers are terrible at giving feedback?
Yep.
Melissa,
trained,
Marisa,
right?
Kacey, you're probably the exceptions, but I do when young writers come to me and they're like, I'm looking for beta readers. I was like, find people who read books.
Yeah.
Not writers. Find people who read books and train them. All you got to do, they don't have to have a degree. They just have to be able to like mark when they're excited and they're happy and they're confused and when they would stop reading. It's mostly the last one.
Yeah.
And that's it. Just a reader with eyeballs and like a highlighter. That's it. That's all you need. Because writers, what we'll do if we're not
how we would tell it. Yeah.
Is we'll go and be like, well, but I mean, like the third act and like I think, we'll go in and we'll just like make a little nest in the story. And nobody needs that, especially when you're beginning. Like they're like, hold on, is this how it's supposed to be? I don't know. Like your voice isn't strong enough to push that away. And so I'm like, no, go get readers. Go find someone who like their internet is big. You have friends of friends. Even if you don't know anyone who reads in your genre, I'll bet you know someone who knows someone. Or go ask the bookstore people. Like, find some readers, because
Mm-hmm.
readers have a whole different perspective. Even agents and editors have sometimes a jaded perspective. They're like, I can't stand it when blah, 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 blah. But readers are like, that's all I read. Like, I literally,
Yes.
I only want that
I
trope.
love chocolate cake. Please give me more chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, well,
yeah, there's a very
Librarians
famous.
are a great resource for people who read, by the way.
What is?
Librarians.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, go talk to your local librarian and be like, hey, who checks out this genre? Can you give them this flyer and have them call me?
Or just put it up there at the board. Yeah. There's a very famous quote that is like, when you go to people for feedback, if they tell you something doesn't work in your story, they're almost always right. If they tell you how to fix it, they're almost always wrong, because it's your story. And somebody giving you feedback is telling you how they would tell your story, but that's not your story. So just always keep those things in mind, and go to places where your voice is valued, not pooped on. So like I met Becca. I met Becca at Superstars. She's super fun. I was so excited to meet her. And Superstars, like with any group of people, you're going to have people who are going to meet you where you are, and you're going to have people who are going to tell you what they think you should do, and there's going to be a mix. So find the people who aren't going to poop on you and are going to tell you helpful things because they want to celebrate and uplift your voice and your story. That is a really key thing. And you'll know pretty quickly, usually. Like the second I met Becca, I was like, her. She is my people. I would like to hang out with her more. And then I forced her to hang out with me at like several subsequent Superstars.
Well,
You're welcome.
there was no forcing. I was like, I'm here. Like, I'm just here. But I mean, one way that I tell is I listen to how other authors talk about authors.
Yeah.
Because if they're talking about other authors, like, oh my gosh, I read this book and I don't know why it's so famous, and then I'm like, like you got some demons you're dealing with, and that's not my people, right? But if I'm around other authors that are like just excited, they're like, oh my gosh, I just read this thing that's so cool. Like they're still accessing books as a reader.
Yeah,
that's a very encouraging sign for me. It's like, okay. And this is something that like 2025 was like my reawakening for a lot of things, but for reading, for joy was one of the big ones for me. So I like,
good for you.
Yeah. I just dove headfirst into so many books, and now like Travis Baldree and like M.R. Carey and like T. Kingfisher. Like I will read everything these people write. Kate, can we talk about T. Kingfisher and where the heck this person's been my whole life? Because I can't get over this person. So good. Like
I met her super briefly at Dragon Con twice, and she is just as charming as you would hope from her books.
That's awesome.
Like so incredibly lovely, like to the point where at one point I went as one of these ladies +1 to the Dragon Awards Who's a What's It little gathering, and she was there because she was nominated. And I saw her name tag, and it's her name, which is public. She was Ursula Vernon. And I was like, hi, you're T. Kingfisher. She's like, I am. And I was like, I love your book so much. They're so like, she's like, oh, thank you. Because they're at the awards, right? Like that wasn't, and I was like, I'm just gonna be a little bit of fangirl for just like a second. And I had just read Paladin's Grace. And I was like, dude, this is so charming. Like it is such a charming book. I loved everything about it. And she was like, thank you. And she was so charming. I freaking love it.
Okay. So great. Yeah, no, I'm so excited to read more of her stuff. I just finished 9 Goblins, which is her new novella, and it's so freaking good. Have you read it yet? Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
She's so much fun. Oh my god.
Yeah, and like, so one of the things that I'm loving is like accessing these books as a reader, but then like I want to reread it as a writer and be like, holy cow, how did you do that? Like, how did you describe this? And like, how did you do elves in a new way, but like not like they were very trope, but they were not, you know. And
they were heard.
How did you do this? Then I want to figure it out, but I also always want to enjoy her work as a reader. So I'm like, anyway, I love that. Whether authors are enjoying reading and like, but also the way they interact with other authors. I'm like, that's one of the things I look for, because I'm an introvert most of the time. Unless I'm around you guys, then I'm alive with giggles. But most of the time I'm real quiet in the back. I'm like the tall, quiet Viking, brooding, even
usually in beautiful cosplay. Yeah.
And then, but I like, but it pays to just like take notes of those things. Like, okay, how are these people interacting, and how are they treating people that they don't have to be nice to, and then make decisions likewise, like from there. But
people who uplift. Yeah. It is freaking every time this happens, when we have really great guests. Dang it, Becca. It's an hour already. It's absurd. I would like to talk to you for 5 more hours.
Yes, please.
We do have to let our introverts recover sometimes. I know. So where can people find you at conventions or on the internet streets in a consensual, respectful manner? How can people find you to connect with you?
That was nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't do my OnlyFans page. Just kidding.
I mean, that is totally. If you were not
consensual. I mean, you had to sign terms of service. I think that counts as consent.
Becca's feet are somewhere. Just
not
kidding.
Here to shame anybody. Consent was the key part of this.
Yeah. Okay. So,
is it time for the T-shirt? Do you need the Mormon for that T-shirt?
More monogamous.
More monogamous.
Here we go.
I too am more monogamous. That is what it means when I tell everyone on the internet that I really like having sex with my husband.
More monogamous. It'll be in Webster someday.
Make it happen. One word together.
Or it'll be an Urban Dictionary first.
It's like one, two,
it could
time.
Also be the title of something, like a book or
Sure.
Collection of short stories written by us. Anthology idea right here. More monogamous. No one will be able to search it, so it won't be a lot of money, but it's fine.
At least 5 cents. That's all. Okay.
BeccaLeeG.com is my website. BECCALEEG.com. That's my website. That's also my handle for Instagram, Facebook, all that. So that's the best place to find me. I'm working on getting my website up so that you can buy books directly from me. That, as of the recording of this, is still in progress, but it will happen here soon. So I'm excited for that, because billionaires are already making enough money. Let's find ways around.
We like
that.
money to get our own little shiny rocks.
Shiny rocks are nice.
So, to go to
robots, Legos are $5,000. So
buy all the books so Becca can have all the Legos.
Right.
Any 2026 cons, Becca?
I'll be for sure at FanX Salt Lake in September and Dragonsteel Nexus in December. So those are the 2 for sures. And probably San Diego Comic-Con. We're gonna try to get on some more panels this year. So
yes.
Yeah. So I mean, hopefully they accept all my panels and I'll be like, yeah. But last year I got to be on one, and it was phenomenal. So fun.
So cool.
Yeah. I'm on West Coast, so you guys are all East Coast doing cool things. So where are you guys gonna be?
We're gonna get you to Dragon Con eventually, though. It's gonna happen. Yeah.
I mean, I could maybe be a +1 this year, maybe. Like,
girl,
I could maybe do that.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, I was on a different podcast, not as cool as your podcast, but we're talking about Dragon Con, and I was like, listen, I'm scared of the heat. Like, I don't know. And they're like, well, there's air conditioning. Like,
you're usually inside.
You can just stop. And I was like, okay. I've never been to the South, so and I'm a Viking. There's a reason why we stopped, like, raiding. Like, we got too hot.
It's like too far. We've gone too far.
Heat-stroked back north. That's not history.
The Varangian Guard was in Constantinople. That's pretty far south.
I don't want to hear any facts or history. This is Becca's Vikings.
Okay. Her specific line of Vikings went bloop. Nope.
This is how I claim my heritage, Kacey. So explain why I heat stroke.
Cheers. Yeah, I'm not here to tell you you're doing it wrong.
I'm just seizing you. Yeah. Just gonna put it out on the internet, see how many people tell me I'm wrong. Like, no,
girl, I said I hated Rush. They're not even
already
paying
coming for us with
attention.
pitchforks.
They've stopped listening. They're just
They're
like,
out. Yeah, rage tweeting.
Fuck
Don't
you,
rage
feral
tweet.
ladies.
You
Sorry,
know
guys.
Rush delivery. Pecans.
Well played. Well played.
Rush job.
Show up at con with boom boxes.
just playing Tom Sawyer. Oh my god,
I'll
my
make
ears
you
are
like
bleeding. I would cry.
I would twitch.
That would be no. You know what? I would not cry. That would be a declaration of fucking war. And if you come for me like that, you better be fucking ready.
I would fall down laughing. I'm not gonna lie.
I will hunt you down.
She's more monogamous, and you don't even know what that means. Okay?
You're not ready. You're not ready for that truth.
She'll define
You don't want the smoke.
Singing along. Half of my lungs singing.
We're off the rails. It took an hour to get there, so I'm pretty proud of us, honestly.
More monogamous is now a threat. It is
a promise.
It is a threat.
I will
More
just say
monogamous your face. That was dirtier than.
I love you so much, Becca.
Right? So just let the record show. It took 1 hour and 6 minutes for us to fall apart this much. Once upon a time, pre 8 a.m. in a coffee shop, we emptied the place out from cackling so hard. Like I think people had to leave because they were threatening to pee themselves because it was so funny.
There were murder tampons involved.
There were
Which it
was amazing.
Hard to explain, but
you had to be there.
Even better to live through.
I would say, really, what you can do, tell your local con runners to invite the 4 of us to one place, because then you can cackle this hard.
Yes.
And your face will also hurt.
I know.
Yeah.
My
we're not
abs
for
hurt.
reasons. We're not those kinds of, we're too monogamous for anything else. Fine.
Oh my gosh.
Hit the button in a second here. So anything Melissa or Kacey or Becca you would like to say before we close out?
I think I'm on timeout. I don't think I'm allowed to.
Nope.
I probably want to tell you to buy my book April 7th.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called Blood on the Sand.
It's called Blood on the Sand. Yeah.
Yep.
Not murder tampon related.
No. Zero murder tampons were involved.
You won't know that for sure until you read it, though. So go check it out.
Director's cut.
That's right. There will be no extra scenes. They're available for my paid subscribers only.
They don't have tampons involved yet, but who knows?
Yeah,
who knows? Pay extra money. Maybe they're ready.
Blood on the Sand and then Murder Tampon.
Yeah, Blood on the Sand. Because the murder nope, no follow questions.
They got soaked through.
You should go to everybody's websites. All links, as always, are in the comments. No, the show notes. I don't know. They exist on the YouTube.
Somewhere below.
Yes. I hope we are currently in the comments with you, just losing our shit collectively. Because I feel like by the time this airs to you, I will forget how funny this part was, and I will just be typing like.
They gave some really serious advice. Oh no.
We were thoughtful for like 10 minutes and then it all fell apart. That's all we got for you. But if you have entertained yourself even a little bit during this, please go ahead and click that thumbs up at the bottom of the window where we are. And if you haven't subscribed, you probably should, because our friends are this cool. You see how cool. Yeah. So come hang out with us on the regular. Invite us all to your cons. We will have this much fun in person. I'm gonna hit buttons now, but we love you. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.